Welcome to Positive Negativity Yoga. We are down in my living room this morning because I want a hardwood floor. We are going to work on some single leg balances and stability work, and we're also going to do some hip mobility. So for that balance work, I wanted to have a nice hard, firm surface. So if you normally practice in a carpeted area that's a little hard to balance on, this is a class that you may also want to relocate. You can absolutely still do the entire class from carpet. You just get an extra balance challenge. For this class, it'll also be a yoga strength class. So I have a 3-pound weight and a 5-pound weight and a block. If you do not wish to incorporate the weights or the movement, you can absolutely still do this class. The only difference is you'll hold your arms in the classic pose if we're doing work with our weights. But it should be a nice, well-rounded class for everyone. But since we're rebuilding the class library, I wanted to put something with a little more strength focus in, and then we'll start adding in some more yin yoga. So for today, we're going to start with our breath of joy, because I heard it was a fan favorite and people would like to see more of it. So if you haven't done it before, we're going to go through 5 rounds of it. So feel free to watch on the first one. It's very easy. We're just going to stand up nice and tall, soft bend in the knees, and it's 3 inhales and a big exhale. So we're going to inhale up, out, up, and big exhale. Then come up, arms up, nice and tall. Reach for the sky, drop the shoulders away from your ears. Feel those feet grounding into the mat. We're going to gently bring our arms down to our sides. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. Sit up, stand up. So standing nice and tall, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. We're going to start down at our feet, feeling our 3 points of contact under the big toe, under the little toe, and in your heel. And just take a moment and feel those 3 spots and feel how they connect into the ground. And now imagine the arch of your foot as the tent canvas, and those 3 points of contact are the tent poles. So you're going to gently adjust your feet so the arches are up and off the mat, not too far, but just the thought that it's not the whole foot, it's those 3 points of contact that are reaching the ground. So much thought in just standing, right? So now that you've got that, we're going to bring our focus up the leg, squeezing those inner thighs, bringing that energy up the entire leg, coming into the core, drawing that belly button towards the spine, opening up that chest, dropping the arms off the sides so they don't touch your body, crown of the head towards the sky. Whew, a lot of energy just to stand still. But I just want us all to check in and really feel all the parts of our body, because as we go through this class, we are going to focus specifically on muscle groups. So we're going to start off feeling all of our body. And gently relax, step to the top of the mat, inhale the arms up, and exhale and fold forward. Heel toe those feet hip width apart. And soft bend in the knee, opposite arm to opposite elbow. And let your neck hang. Taking a few deep breaths here. And we're going to release the hands to the ground. Heel toe those feet back to hip width apart. Pressing your hands into shins. Halfway up, back is nice and flat. If you shift your weight towards the front of your toes, you'll get a little extra hamstring stretch there. And relax, fold forward, bringing your hands down to the ground. We're going to come down to a nice tabletop position here. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. If this bothers your wrists, and I'm sure mine will get there, so I'm just going to go right for fists for wrists. And we're going to start with a little cat-cow. So we're going to press up into our cat. Rounding the back, drawing the belly button towards the spine, coming back to a neutral spine, and then tilt the tailbone up, dropping the chest. Back to that neutral spine, pressing up one more time into cat. Neutral spine, tilting the tailbone up into dog. I'm going to get some hip mobility going on here. So I'm going to have you shift your weight to your left knee. Your right leg is going to come up in the air, and we're going to make circles with our hips. We're going to go both directions, 10 each side. So if you go one way and I've gone the other, it's okay. And once you hit 10, bring that hip up towards the sky, toe points, and now we're going to pulse up for 10. And bring it down, and whichever way you didn't go, see, now I'm going to push it out for 10. Beautiful. We'll meet in tabletop, and then we'll switch sides. So shifting our weight to our right leg, we're going to bring our left leg up and out and make circles. 10 on each side. And when you've hit your 10, toe goes up towards the sky, and we'll pulse up for 10. And we're going to bring that leg down, and now we're going to go the opposite direction for 10. Whew, kick that. And we're going to gently press back into a child's pose, sinking deep, letting those hips reset themselves a little bit. But that should be a lovely warm up for those hips. We could stay here all day, but alas, there's a class to do. So coming back to our tabletop, we're going to do our spinal balance, or bird dog, as you may know it. So we will start unweighted, but if you would like to eventually incorporate a weight, grab one and bring it close. So I'm going to start shifting my weight to the left, extending the right leg out, making sure I'm not rolling to the left, and then I'm going to extend the left arm out. We'll do one on each side without the weight, and then if you want to add the weight, we can. Switching sides, right knee goes to the ground, left leg floats out, right arm comes out. All right, switching sides. This is where if you'd like to add a weight, you can. So back to the left knee, right leg comes out. We're going to keep our right hand down on the ground, and then if you want the weight, we're going to take the weight in our left hand and just pull it back for 10. So almost like you're starting a lawnmower. It's kind of like a balancing row right now. And switching sides. So right knee into the ground, left leg goes out, left hand in the ground, and we're going to do our row. Excellent. You can release that weight, bring it towards the top of your mat, and we're going to walk ourselves out, coming into a kneeling plank here. Letting those hip flexors drop open. And you're going to create a little space in your knees, press back into a child's pose, and we're going to flow through here, kind of waking up the front of the hips. Getting those hip flexors, glutes, getting everything fired up. Now pause in this child's pose for a moment. As we come up to our kneeling plank, you have the option to hold your plank for 10 seconds or do 10 push-ups. I will do my push-ups on my knees because that is where I'm at this point in life. If you are okay with full push-ups, you can do full push-ups. You can do none of the push-ups, but we'll press ourselves forward and getting ourselves into a nice alignment, kind of butt tucks under, and 10. And when you do your last one, back into a child's pose. We'll give everyone a moment. I think I did an extra. I can't tell. All right. A little nice recovery for everyone. Now we're going to walk ourselves fully down onto our stomachs, resting on our forearms in Sphinx pose. Make any adjustments to the hips that you like. And check in with your low back. If it feels a little tweaky right now, then maybe you just want to stay in Sphinx and not progress to Cobra. It is however you are feeling. But if it's agreeing with you, we're going to lower our chest down, hands by your chest. Lower, bring your elbows alongside the body. I was trying not to use the word chest twice, but there's no other word for it. So pressing up gently into a cobra, letting that action come from your hands pressing you up and not throwing the low back. Feel that nice chest opener. And lower yourself down. If that feels good and you'd like to keep going, we can move into our seal pose. So this is the one where your pelvis will come off the ground a little bit. Hands are wide and off the mat. We'll press up. Don't lock those elbows. And lowering yourself down. We're going to press our hands by your chest, coming up to hands and knees, and then we're going to work our way back into a down dog. So rising up and down on those toes, stretching out the calves. You can shift your weight to one foot, stretch out one side, switch to the other foot. And let's do our favorite alignment trick. So we're going to deep bend our knees. Staying in this position, just tilt the tailbone and then soften the knees back to standing. That feels good every time. And I've never not been in the proper position. Like every time I do that, there's always a little adjustment. All right, from here, we're going to step that right foot forward, And we're gonna roll around the left. We're gonna settle into our low lunge here. If you'd like to come up, you can. Whew, stretch out that left hip flexor. And dropping the hands to the mat, we're gonna step the right foot back, coming into our down dog. Oh, let's flow through a vinyasa. So we're gonna come forward into a plank, lowering yourself down, hands by the chest, press up into cobra, toes tuck under, press back into down dog. And you can flow through whatever version of vinyasa you like. From here, we're going to step the left foot forward. Roll around that right foot. I try really hard not to hit the microphone with my body, but sometimes it happens and I'm sorry. Settling in, coming up if you like. Hands down to the ground, stepping that left foot back, coming back into our down dog. And we're going to walk our feet forward, coming into a nice forward fold. Hands press into shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold forward. Gently rise. And we're going to sink softly into our chair. Rising up, we're going to flow through that chair one more time. And back up. And exhale and fold forward. We are going to go through an unweighted version of the sun salutation first, so everyone knows what's up before we start adding some different moves. Hands press into shins, halfway up. And fold forward, stepping the right foot back into a lunge. We're going to start with a high crescent lunge. So you're going to stay up on that right toe. You're going to come up, hips squared to the front, tuck that pelvis under. And so right here, we're already strength training. We are already getting that going. Now we're going to open up, coming into our warrior two. And we're going to deep bend left leg, right arm comes over, extended side angle. And we're going to press back up, coming into our reverse warrior. And we're going to windmill the hands down to the ground, stepping that left foot back, coming into down dog. Flowing through our vinyasa if you like, or stay here. If you're with me, we're going to our plank. Lowering down, nice tight core. Hands by the chest, press up into cobra. Toes tuck under, press back into down dog. And from here, we're going to step our right foot forward, finding that balance. Coming into our high lunge, sinking deeply, and adding arms. Opening up into warrior two. Right forearm to the top of the right thigh, extended side angle. And we're going to press back up into our reverse warrior. And windmill the hands down to the ground, stepping that left foot forward, coming into our forward fold. Soft bend in the knee, press your hands to your shins halfway up. Exhale and fold forward, gently rise. And we're going to sink back into our chair. You're like, we don't need to add weights to this. This is fine. Don't make this harder. At least that's what I'm thinking as I'm about to make this harder later. Exhale and fold forward. Gently rise. And down. I'm going to pause here for a moment. If you need any kind of adjustment to put your weights at the top of the mat, go for it. If not, off we go. You can either do the sequence exactly as we did it last time, or you can join me and we're going to add some upper body work as well. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, stepping that right foot back into a high lunge. Finding that balance first. Grabbing your weights. Really getting this body positioning down nice before we start complicating it. Excellent. So nice deep bend. We're going to start just holding the weights. See, this is why I came downstairs. And we're just going to pick up that front foot, doing a little calf raise. For 10. Staying in here, resting that foot down. Very nice. We're going to go arms out wide and we're going to press up for 10. Excellent. We're going to rotate, coming into our warrior two. That front leg should be burning. Hands are going to go in front, and we're going to pull up for 10. Excellent. We're now going to bring our left forearm to the top of the left thigh. You're going to gently drop off the hand in the right weight, coming into our extended side angle. And now we're going to press up. Coming into our reverse warrior, we're going to do a little tricep extension, trying to keep this part of the arm still. And we're going to go for 10. Don't lose that bend in that front leg. Excellent. Windmilling the hands down, drop off the weight, stepping that left leg back, coming into down dog, giving everyone a moment to catch up. If you're wondering why we're pausing in down dog a little bit, it's just so we can all sync up for the next set of movements. All right. Flowing through vinyasa, coming into a plank, lowering yourself down, hands by the chest, press up into cobra, toes tuck under, press back into down dog. Now from here, we're going to step our right foot forward, finding that balance, grabbing your weights. And we're going to do our calf raises on the right side. So we're picking up that right heel for 10. Excellent. And now, staying here, sinking deeper into that front leg, 10 bicep curls. Excellent. We're now going to open into warrior two. And it's fine that you're facing my back. Bringing your weights together in front of your chest vertically. We're going to do a chest opener. 2. Very nice. And now we're going to bring the right forearm to the top of the right leg, drop off that left weight, coming into your extended side angle. Pressing back up, coming into that reverse warrior. Check that front leg, and 10 triceps. Excellent. Windmilling the hands down to the ground, dropping off that weight, stepping both feet back into a plank. Not a plank, down dog, my goodness. We'll get another plank in, don't you worry. And from here, we're going to walk the feet forward to the front of the mat, soft bend in the knees, hands press into shins, halfway up. Exhale and fold forward. All right, while you're down here, grab those weights. And I'm going to take a step back so I don't hit the wall. And we're going to kind of change our chair arms. So we're going to do sort of a chair squat with an overhead press. So from here, we're just going to bend down, grab those weights, get them in front of you, bend at the elbows, and we're going to press up and down. 2. It's almost like an Arnold press with the hands. And after your 10th one, come down, stay down, put the weights to the side of the mat, and you're going to step yourself into a straddle. Give everyone a quick moment to recover, finish. I don't think I said 10 until it was way too late. All right. So we're going to walk our heel to our feet in, and we're going to get into our garland pose down here. So finding that comfortable leg distance. Very nice. And we're going to stay down here for about a minute. If you need to come out of it sooner, go right ahead. But we've really warmed up the hips a lot today. And so this is a stretch. but it's also a beat of recovery before we get into our next movement. So while we've got about another 30 to go, we are going to get into our goddess squat. And the goddess squat can be all you do, and that can be just fine. We'll do alternating calf pickups with our goddess squats with weights in our hand if you like. And then we will also stay on our squat and do some front raises. So plenty of options here to make this work for you however you like. But we'll start with the classic goddess squat first. And we are almost there. So it's another one of those ones, I think, where when you stay in it longer than a couple seconds, you can just feel so many parts of like the inner thigh and the hips and everything really just open up. So very gently come out of this. If you want your weights, bring them along for the ride. And now we're going to set up for our goddess pose. Legs nice and wide. And for now, we're just going to sink down. And if you want to do your goddess arms, you can. And we'll just stay like this for a moment, because now we've got a weighted squat going on. And if you'd like to take this up a notch, you can alternate calf raises. Did 10 total, so 5 on each side. Come up, shake it out. Now you can go back, hold your goddess pose like we were doing, or calf raises, or we're going to bend while bringing our arms out front for 10. You can hold it, or if you want more of a squat with it, you can alternate. You can bend and bring them out. I'm going to bend and bring them out, so I'm getting 10 squats as well. Lots of variations for you. And yeah, pick whichever one's going to suit your fancy today. So we're going to do 10. Trying not to swing the arms. Nice, keep that booty back. Fantastic. Deepen those knees. Bring those weights down. And we're going to drop to our knees. Bringing that left leg out. Coming up. And getting into a little gate. Use this to catch your breath as well. And we're going to bring right arm down to the ground. Left hand up to the sky. If you want to pull it a little further overhead for a nice stretch, you can. And this can be as far as you go. If you'd like a little more work out of it, you can float the left leg up. Now we're going to make this a little more work for our core. So you're going to drop the leg down. Using your core only, pull yourself back to the gate. Using that core to lower yourself down, back to your side plank. Foot comes down, core only, back to gate. One more time. Drop that foot. Oh, bring it back up. Lovely. Now we're going to bring both our feet together. Soft fist with your hands, just pressing into a little gentle camel. And switching sides. Right leg comes out to the side. Left arm comes up and over. And bringing that hand down, We're going to pause here for a moment. I like to give a little extra stretch here, getting that nice long line down the side of the body. And if you're in a good place, get into your side plank. Lowering the foot down, core only. Lift yourself back up. Core only. Bring yourself back down. Foot comes down, core only, back up. Those groans are real, my friends. Last time through. And core only coming up. Whoo, my goodness. Hands come down. We're going to gently bring ourselves down to the mat. You can move your weights out of the way for now. And we're going to transition into a little deer pose here. So I've got my right leg out to the side, left leg squared with the top of the mat. And I'm going to lower myself down. I mean, it wouldn't be a class if we didn't do some deep hip stretching, right? Because I'm not typically one for the vinyasas, but they are excellent strength builders, so that's why we did them today. All right, we're going to come up, stack the right leg on top of the left, coming into our fire log. Whew, I am tight. I am tight. And that's okay. I just tell you, I'm human in these things. So since I was so far up, I moved my foot a little over. So it's kind of resting more on my inner thigh there. That's all right. Today's going to be one of those days where I'm just going to have a gap. And since we're not going super deep into our stretching, I don't think I'm going to get out of it in time. So keeping the right leg up at the top, swing that left leg around, coming into our deer pose on the opposite side. Coming down as low as you like. Again, we could do a whole class, 30 minutes on one side, 30 minutes on the other side, and I would probably be in heaven. I'm also annoyed because where my mic placement is, I can't bring my chest as low as I would. But that's the television professional in me that I won't make you guys listen to that. All right. Swooping that left leg back around, putting it on top. And while we're sitting here, we're going to do a little housekeeping for ourselves. So you're going to bring your block to the side. You're going to bring your weights to the side. I brought both sets of weights. I felt okay with the 5s, but I always like to give myself options because it's all well and good when I practice in a vacuum with me just doing a couple moves going, yep, that's a good place for a tricep extension. And then I get in the class and then it goes south on me real fast. So, all right. So we are going to get our block handy and we're going to do a little boat pose. Also, I have something that's probably going to go bad on me real fast, but we'll have fun together. So we'll start in our boat pose. Toes opposite nose. Hi, bud. Welcome. Oh no, I don't have my defense with me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. You can go in your window seat. Right there, in the way, of course. can relax your boat for a minute because I need to adjust. I'm so happy you joined. We're going to get back into our boat. And if you'd like to make this a little more difficult, grab one of your weights. So get into your boat position. And we're going to add a little Russian twist. So you can either count 20 singles or 2 tens. And put that weight down. We're going to lower ourselves down, being mindful if suddenly you have a tail in the way. And by popular demand, yoga block abs. So if you've not done these before, I'll start on the left side so you can see me. So I'm going to put the block against my left thigh. I'm going to use my left elbow to hold it in place. I'm going to extend the right arm and leg out, and I'm going to crunch up for 10. Very nice. And we'll give those abs a quick break. Put the block between your legs. Lay down. Press up into your bridge pose, squeezing that block for a little inner thigh workout. Oh, am I safe? And down. All right, switching sides. So we're going to put the block into the top part of our right thigh. Use that right elbow to hold it in place. And I'm going to crunch up for 10 on the opposite side. And when you're at 10, you may relax a moment. And excellent. We're going to get a little more tricep work in. They call them skull crushers. So down towards your face and back up. And I have my hands backwards. So your fingertips face away from your face. So I'm looking at the backs of my hands as I'm bringing my hands down. So we're going to do 10 of these. If you'd like a little extra, you can get your upper body, hands above your head, and then lower body lift into a bridge. And so we're going to come back with these for 10. Squeeze those glutes. I should really be nice and count for you. And lowering yourself down. Putting your weights off to the sides, but close to the front of the mat. We're going to do something silly and fun. If you have any kind of issues with your neck or lower body, I don't recommend this. But we're going to move into a little bit of a single leg balance series. And so one of the range of motion little mobility tests that's always around the internet is, can you roll yourself up to a seated position from laying down? So I've not practiced this at all today. I used to be able to do it, but I'm going to extend my arms up overhead. I'm going to roll. All right, that went well. I hope that went well for you. So we've got 2 sets of these single leg exercises we're going to do. And this is where I highly recommend having a nice hard floor. I have limited headroom down here, so I'm going to scoot my mat a little just so I can stand back here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to polish off a little more core work, and it's going to be a standing crunch. We've done these before. So this is whatever weight you want. We'll do 10 or however much you want, but we're going to start with our right leg. I try not to put my left leg down in between. You can obviously put it down if you want, and that's not to say that I won't do it myself. So we're going to find that balance. We're going to crunch up. Awesome. Switching sides. So one of the reasons I don't like to count is because maybe I'm moving faster than you or slower than you, or you don't want to do as many. And so I feel the count adds like an obligation. Like if you don't do that many, you're not doing it right. And that's totally not the vibe of this class. Left leg, left arm up in the air. Find your balance first and crunch. Awesome. Now we're going to switch into a single leg deadlift, or you can think of it as a warrior 3 with a bit of a deadlift to it. So I wanted us to focus on these, and then we'll start incorporating them into the flows the more of these classes I build. So for now, we're going to start with our right foot forward. Weight in both hands. Don't go heavy for this, not right away. And you're going to find your balance. And you're going to lower down, soft bend in the knee, don't lock it out. And then come up. That's 1. Yes, they are very slow. One more. Kind of fell out of that one. It's all right. All right, switching sides. When you're ready, 10 more. Find that balance first. And these are great because you're wildly changing your points of balance. And you can do these without the weight too. I should have said that. Fantastic. So when you have finished those, you're going to put your weight aside. We're going to scoot back on to our mats. And because this is meant to be a strength building class, I'm going to treat it a little differently. I want to keep your energy up. You're lifting, you're moving. So we're going to do a short little laying cool down, and then you are off on your way. So we won't do a traditional shavasana. If you would like to give yourself a little time, I will just lay out at the end of class and not speak, and it will be silent, and you can lay until we're done. So we're getting into our reclining bridge pose. Have your block handy if you like doing it. We're going to lift up. I don't think I'm going to go the highest point today, but I'll go kind of medium. And you're going to place that block underneath that sacral spine, so the back of the pelvis. And if you feel comfortable and stable, you're going to walk your legs out. So right now, we're getting a nice chest opener, scooting those shoulder blades underneath the chest. Letting those hips and legs open up. Give those toes a little wiggle. Gently walk the feet in. Pull that block out. And now we're going to walk the legs out. We're going to kind of prop up on our forearms, coming into our fish pose. So the arms always feel sort of like a backwards cobra. So now from here, I'm going to open up the chest. I like coming up a little more. You can also put the hands kind of underneath and press up that way. Whichever way sort of feels good. Maybe it doesn't feel good at all, and then if that's the case, don't do it. From here, we're going to gently walk our legs in. If you would like a traditional Shavasana, stay laying down, coming all the way in. If you are moving on, sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Taking a few centering breaths, whether you're laying down or sitting up. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. If you're laying down, stay exactly where you are. Hands pressed together in front of the chest. Namaste.